Homestead, y'all. Okay, this is the same day as yesterday, so I have on the same shirt. So I wanted to, remember I told you yesterday in that video, if you watched it, I was going to go ahead and go through this blackberry juice, but it would be the same day. I just couldn't get it on yesterday with the other video because it's just a lot of work to do all that, and I didn't think I'd have time. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and this will be our Thursday video. This is blackberry juice, okay? So I explained to you yesterday, or today, which would have been yesterday, that it's so confusing. But anyway, I explained to you that I normally do grape juice, okay? And we do this for when we get that, or not when we get it. We do this before we get it. I mean, and it's worked for us, but like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to say anything cures anything or anything. Okay, this is just what we do. I'm just sharing with you what we do with our juice. And we drink it other times too. But I mean, that's what I normally put it back for. But you know, this is just an all over, ooh, I got a mess there. Water everywhere. This is just a blackberry juice video, okay? I don't know what to say. It's a blackberry juice video, guys. And so you drink it whenever you want to drink it, if you make it, okay? Now you can do this with any kind of berries. Now, and I'm using my ball book. You know, I like my ball book, and I'm using it. And one of them, my old ball book that I really like, it says don't put any water in with them. I always do put a little water in with them so it don't stick, okay? I got my heavy bottom pan, but it's gonna burn on the bottom. But still, it kind of, because there's that natural sugar that's in there, it's bound to stick a little. So you don't want that though. But anyway, so I'll put a little bit of water in it. Now the new ball book says you can put some water in it, okay? I don't know. It's optional. It's kind of like sugar. You don't have to put any sugar in this, which I will not. And then when we open it, if we think it needs a little sugar, I'll put a little sugar in it, but we probably won't because you don't need it to can it, okay? You don't need it. It's optional. Strictly optional for this. Now when you do jellies, now if you do jellies without pectin, then you don't have to put sugar in it. I think that's how that works. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure that's, but if you use the pectin, you know, you got it, the store-bought pectin, you have to put the sugar in it to make it set. But I've never made jelly without the store-bought pectin, so I don't know. Okay, so I've rinsed these off really good. And I have, I think there's too many for this pan though. I'm gonna have to get another pan. And I'll probably have to go over to the house and get my other heavy bottom pan. But, so I'm gonna fill this up. Let me fill this up real quick and then we'll decide what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna, we'll count them as we go. We don't have to, but there's 2, 4, 6, 20. I think we're gonna stop right there, but I'll tell you what we're gonna do. My hands are gonna be stained. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I only have this much left. I don't have very much left. And as that goes down a little bit, I'm gonna pour that right on top there and I'm gonna use it. Now I'm gonna put this on a medium, a little less than medium high. Probably will end up turning it down to medium low. Let me wash my hands. So we don't scorch it or boil, you don't want to boil it. You don't want to boil your juice, okay? We are just getting it, extracting that juice. Now I had, hold on a minute. Now I will tell you what, I have a good Pampered Chef one, like you do your hamburger or something with, the masher. And I bought a cheap one from Walmart over here to bring over here. Cannot find it. It's hard to keep up with 2 kitchens. I'm just going to tell you. So anyways, when I go over to the house, I'll just look for it. And it's red, so it should stand out like a sore thumb, but I can't find it. Okay, so I'm gonna put, what did I put in there, 20? 20, wasn't it? And I think it's 2. We're gonna do about probably a cup for now. Just see how it goes. There we go. Because you don't want watered down juice. I mean, you don't want it all watered down when you buy it at the store. You want it kind of concentrated. Then you can, that's another thing. You do it more concentrated, when you bring it out, it's going to taste a little strong. The grape juice, this juice, all of it. So then you're going to add a little water to it. It's going to go a little further. Okay? So don't forget that. When I get done with this, I think I'm going to do strawberry lemonade. I've never did that, and I've got a bunch of strawberries in the freezer. And I think I'm going to can me some strawberry lemonade for next summer. I really do. Or for any time. It don't have to be summer, but it probably tastes really good in the winter. But it tastes really good sitting on the back porch in my rocker in the summer with a fan on me. I'm just saying. Lord willing, I'm still here, y'all. Anyway, so we're going to let this kind of sit and do its thing, because it's still they're really cold. Some of them might even be still frozen a little bit. But we're just going to let them sit and do their thing. And I'll bring you back when I get it all down and concentrated. I'm going to go try to find my masher, because I mash them. Some people may not, but I do, because I want all that out of there. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll talk to you here in a little bit. Don't go nowhere. All right, y'all. I got this pretty liquidy. I did add a little bit more water to it. About a cup and a half. Not much, though. It's still going to be very concentrated. I mean, it's still going to be very, we'll have to add some water to it when we open them. Okay? Let me find something for this for a minute. Or not this one. I need this one. I don't need this one. I'll put this bowl. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is an old-timey, like, colander. Berry crusher, juice maker, whatever. Tomato. You can put tomatoes in here. You can put anything you want in here. It is a little old-fashioned, like me. But I don't use it that often. Normally, I will use my food mill, which I don't know where it's at. It's over there. When I did my persimmons, I used my food mill. But this just takes a little more time, but I was just going to show you how it works. Let's get it over here so I'm not making a huge mess. When you're messing with blackberries, blueberries, any of those kind of berries, make sure, y'all, that you put some kind of protective stuff on. My hands are even, some of my fingers are a little stained. So what I do with this is I'll put about, I don't know, so much in here. And then you're to take your thing and you just smash it down like that. Can you all see it coming out of the bottom? See that? And then I'll transfer it over to that jar. I don't know how many jars this is going to make. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all. I don't know what that is on that jar. It ain't coming off, but it's not bad. It's just a flaw. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys, I was telling you on the other video, which will be yesterday while you're watching this one. Actually, it's the same day for me. But I was thinking I was going to be pressure canning this today, and I'm not. I'm all confused. So I'm using my water bath canner, and that's what you do your juice in, just like jelly. You use a water bath canner. So I'm going to go ahead actually and get this started. Put it on high. And that's what we're going to do these in. I think they're 15 minutes. I'll have to look again. I'm not sure. So after I get this juiced up in here. No, I'm not going to put it in here yet because I need to heat this up again. So I'm going to put it in another pan if I can find one. We'll just put it in my mixer bowl. I can't find nothing right now, so I'm just going to put it in there. And Yeah, I've got that stuff around my fingernails and everything. So I'm gonna try to do this without making a huge mess. So you guys get the idea, right? Here's the juice. And we're gonna put the juice back in the pan when I get done. And I'll probably strain it one more time through some cheesecloth, and then it'll be ready to get kind of warm. We're gonna warm it up and then put it in my jars to can it. So I'm not gonna keep you through, I just made a little bit of a mess. I'm not gonna keep you through this whole process because this takes a little bit, okay? But you got the idea. And like I said, if you don't want to use this kind of thing, or you don't have one, or you don't even have a food mill, just put some cheesecloth on a bowl and start smushing them through there. I mean, there's always a way. I wouldn't even have to use that thing. I can just use my ladle here. Okay, let me finish this and then I'll get back with y'all, okay? And then when you get so much of this pulp in here, I'll get another bowl and I'm gonna dump the pulp in there, okay? And then we'll be ready to go, all right? So don't go nowhere, and we'll get through this. I'll be right back. All right, it didn't take as long as what I thought it was gonna take. Now, I do have it on me though. So what I'm gonna do now is, it gave me almost that mixer bowl full. That's a lot of juice. Out of that, I just had probably 2.5 gallons. 2.5 gallons of berries probably. Now I'm gonna get me some cheesecloth. I bought this cheesecloth online and I just absolutely love it. But I don't know how long they'll sell it. You know, that seems to be the thing. I washed this out. This pan. Now I'm going to pour this back in here. Let me get my colander. And I'm just going to kind of fine tune it here. That's what I call it. I'm just going to kind of get, you know, if there's anything I didn't get or dropped in there or whatever, we're going to sift it through here. Let me get a cup. All right, we'll just use this. And these glasses are literally just chewing my nose up. They hurt me so bad. They're so heavy. They're heavy, heavy, heavy. But that's all I got for right now. So might as well not complain about it, right? Just be glad I can see. Okay, we're going to put this through here. Now, the reason I'm putting it back into the pan is because we got to warm this up before we put it in our jars, then to put it in the canner, the hot canner. It's really struggling going through this, and I don't know why. I didn't think I'd have a problem with this one. Let me see. Let me pour this back over here. That ain't gonna work. That's some really good cheesecloth though. I like it. I like it for my cheese. But also, I have to hang my cheese, so it takes a good while for it to drain out of that. Okay, let's try this again. We may not be able to. The pulp may be too... I'm just gonna set that there. I'm gonna have a mess anyway, y'all, because that's just how it rolls with me. I'm just going to put a little bit in this one and see what happens. This same way. I guess it's all that sediment in there. Because when you put it in the pulp part, you know, from smashing it up, I've got all the seeds out of it. So what I'll do is, I'll tell you what I'll do. We're not going to strain it through here. See, you get to come with me even when I have little bumps in the road. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make sure all the seeds are out of it, and then all that pulp, that's really, you want that anyways. I mean, when you're drinking it, you want all that. Okay, I'm catching a few seeds in there. So I didn't get it all out, but this will catch the seeds. But it's thick. It's concentrated. It's thick. It's got that pulp in there. That thick pulp, you know. And you need that anyways. That's good for you. So we're going to leave it in there. I was just going to make it look a little pure, kind of like you do grape juice, you know. Make it a little pure. But I remember doing this before and having issues. Okay. That'll work. And I don't know if you can see from there, I've got some stuff in there. But it caught it. And we're going to go ahead and can the rest of this. There's quite a bit in there. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the stove and warm it up. Now, I'm going to turn it on medium-high heat again. I'll probably never get those clean, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to clean this mess up. And you don't want to boil it. You don't want to boil this juice, but you want to get it hot because we're going to put it in those jars and then put it in that hot canner. I don't want my jars to bust. So I'm just going to heat that juice up, put it in our jars, and then we'll go from there. I'll bring you back when we get ready for that step. I'm going to go ahead and clean all this up, and, and I'll be right back. Now I was going to tell you guys a story of this pulp, or these seeds. Well, it's got some pulp in it too, but more of the pulps than the juice. But I was going to tell you guys some of the story about these seeds that I did a few years back. So I was so excited to get all these blackberries, right? And when I got done and I had a bowl like this, and I went out and I just scattered them along the wood line right here beside our house, down, just all down through there. I just throwed them out, scattered them to get rid of them. And we have got blackberries growing all down through this wood line right here, like all down through here on the side of our house. And we've got them up yonder too, but that's probably from the birds. But I think this right here is all from me throwing these out. And I think over the winter they just settle down in the ground, and then when spring come, I think I did that. I think I didn't do it. I'm not taking credit for it. I threw them out. God grew them. But it's like, wow. So don't think that these will go to waste either. If you've got a place, you know, where you can do something with them, throw them out and see what happens. Because I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. Now, my juice is just about hot. Oh, I just tasted it and it is good. So here's what you do. This, I think, is probably the easiest thing yet that I've canned. You don't have to debubble it. All you do is you're going to pour it in your jar, and you're going to leave a 1/4 of an inch headspace. Now, that's pretty, it's not bitter or tangy. It's just, it needs a little sugar. It don't need it, but I mean, if you're not used to that, you would probably need to put a little bit of sugar in it. But it tastes really good. Now, and I just got a little taste. We'll taste it here again in a minute. But I'm not going to put any sugar in it when I can it. I'm not going to do it. And then when we get it out, if we think it needs sugar, we'll put a little bit in it. But you don't have to have it to can it. And I'm not going to do it. Because you really, I mean, it'd be fine without it. You really don't need that sugar in there. You know what I'm saying? So, we will have to wipe our rims with vinegar. Let me get this going here. So here's what it looks like. We did not boil it. Do not boil your juice, okay? And then we're just going to fill this up. We're going to leave it a 1/4. That's like right up there to the top, right there at that last little ring. Right there. I might not have got it far enough. I don't think I did. A little bit more. There we go. See how full that is? And that's how full you want it. Let me get my lids. All right, so we're going to take some of our vinegar. run this around here. You gotta be careful because it's really full. Very, very full. Okay, now we're gonna get one of our lids. Maybe. I have to wipe that off too. Put it on there. And our ring. Finger tight. Finger tight. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put this over here in the canner. And we'll do another one. I think you all got this down though. All right. We'll do the same thing. We'll see how many we get. I don't know how many it's going to do. But like I said, you're going to add water. You can add some water to this if it's too strong. We're going to taste it here in a minute again. Because I didn't really get a drink of it. I just kind of got some on my finger and... Okay. Wipe that off. Finger tight. All right, I have them all in there, and I have 3, 6, 7 jars. Okay, I got out of that plus this. Now I'm gonna take this one into the house, and we're gonna start drinking it. So we're gonna taste it. It's good. Make it pucker a little. Like I said, you could put some sugar in it if you want to, but I'm not going to. So good for you. I probably got it all over my mouth. But that is good. And good for you. Okay? So, I'm going to go put this in the refrigerator, and every morning, now I tried to look that up a while ago, and this AI stuff has changed it all around, and you can't find what you used to find when I was doing it several years ago. So, look, I have that other one. But anyways, there's a couple sites out there that still, if you'll just scroll on past the AI stuff, and it'll tell you, you know, how good it is for you and everything. But the AI thing says, well, there's no studies that indicate that this will do this. You know, I get it. I understand why they're saying that, because you don't want to tell people that, because then they may hold you to it or something, you know. But Tim and I do this, and it may not work every time, but so far it has. So we just do it. We just drink it. You know, it's good for you, regardless of, you know, why you're drinking it. It's just good for your body. It's got a lot of vitamins and stuff in it. And so what we're going to do is, I'll let you look down in here for a second. There's my jars. Now remember, that is pretty concentrated. Now I did put, I ended up putting, what did I say, about 2.5 to 3 cups of water, I think, is what I put in there. You're not, I mean, either way a little bit. For 20 cups of berries, you're not going to mess it up. But you can either dilute it now, or you can dilute it later. Put it that way. You can do it either way you want to do. So don't worry about that. But anyway, when you bring it out, if you don't dilute it and it's pretty concentrated, then I would just take, like, let's use this whole jar, for instance. If you took this out of the refrigerator and you were going to let everyone drink out of it or whatever, if you had a big family, we're only going to be taking about that much a day, maybe, because we just drink a little juice glass of it in the mornings. But then if you're going to use this whole jar, then add that much water to it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't add very much water to it in the beginning. Now that tastes pretty good. I don't know that I'm going to have to dilute it a lot. It could stand to be diluted a little bit. But I don't think I'm going to have to dilute a lot of it. So I probably won't. Anyway, there you go, guys. So I'll go ahead and I will bring these to a boil, and I'll do it for 15 minutes. I'll let them can in a water bath for 15 minutes. I'll turn the heat off and take them off the fire. And then I'll take the lid off and I'm gonna let them sit for 15 minutes to kind of cool, okay? Then I'm gonna take them out and put them on the counter and leave them alone for 24 hours, you know the deal. And then you're gonna put them on your shelf. Those 7 jars will do us all winter. They sure will. I mean, we don't just sit around and drink them, you know what I mean? We drink it in the mornings when this flu stuff's going around, basically. And right now, we got a lot of little bugs going around. So we're going to start drinking it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And I hope this helped you. If you've never done juice, canned it's probably the easiest thing. I used to think jelly was. But this juice, it is so easy. So easy. So we'll get back with you this weekend. It'll probably be the first of next week. But this weekend, we're going to be doing some chickens and turkeys like I told you. And doing some more stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I love you all. And this was fun and doing this with you. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, if you like our content, to like, share, and subscribe. It helps our channel. It helps the algorithm or whatever and lets them know that you like our content, and then they'll show it to more people, right? We love you guys. And Lord willing, we'll catch you on the next video.